You're listening to The John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Good Friday to you, sir. How are you? Oh, it's a Free Flag Friday.
Free Flag Friday. Give a flag. Who else does that? Nobody. We do.
Yeah, we're the only station in the world that does that.
What are you kidding? Sunny 93.3 along with maximum promotion. Free flags. Come on, who doesn't want one?
Gotta love it.
They're very cool to have.
So I don't know. You guys, fans. I mean, you guys like go out, eat a lot, whatever. You know, you got your own
more
chef.
than we should.
We eat food almost every day.
Yeah, and you have servants, butlers, maids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Chefs.
Jeeves once in a while.
You know
gets
the
it right.
oyster thing? You
No.
know the oyster thing?
Not an oyster fan.
Oyster? No.
So I grew up at a time, and actually I was a food beverage guy before
That's
I got
right.
roped into broadcasting. In fact, I worked for Radisson Hotel Corporation, Minneapolis, for about a dozen years.
Nice.
I remember the big deal in one of the lounges in the hotel I happened to be working at was an oyster bar.
Oh yeah.
Was a big deal.
Yeah.
There's a band, the Blue Oyster Cult. I think
I
they're
just
big
don't
fans
get
of
it.
oysters.
I just don't get it.
No.
Okay, well, it is National Oyster Day. Well, what is it? I think this is a Lutheran thing, right? This oyster stew deal.
Yeah, I don't
Once a
know.
year, that's a big deal.
I like
My
oyster
grandmother
crackers.
used to make it every year for Christmas.
It's
Oyster
horrible.
Soup.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely horrifying.
Yeah.
I
I
tried
don't
some
care
accidentally
for it.
one time. I
My
thought it was
dad
chicken noodle
loves
soup.
it.
Yeah, it was not good.
No, I'll offset that. It also happens to be National Water Balloon Day.
Boom.
Okay.
Water balloon fights.
That
kid.
you
What a
gotta
riot.
love.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely fun.
Makes a mess, though, when you're the homeowner and you got to go out and clean up all those balloon pieces from
I
the
just
yard.
mow over them.
What's going on? Who's having birthdays today? I'm glad you asked.
Who's having
Who's
a
having
birthday today?
birthdays?
Dan?
Neil Armstrong, who I met, he didn't care.
Neil Armstrong didn't care that you met him?
No, just kind of blew me off. He was doing keynote speech. I went to, it was a brand new high school in Minneapolis, Neil A. Armstrong High School, named after Neil A. Armstrong.
Yeah.
And he was there for the dedication. And I ran into him in the commons areas. My brother, actually, my older brother Oogie, would be one of the first students to actually attend Neil A. Armstrong. I just kind of came, waltzed by. Yeah, so Neil, what's up, man? Nice job in that whole moon deal.
Yeah.
You weren't really there.
I can't imagine why he wasn't more engaged.
No, good guy.
Didn't he punch somebody who said he wasn't there?
Maybe.
I think so. They're like, oh, it was faked. It was all faked. And he like slugged them.
You know, well, Neil, tough guy. I mean, you know, he's
Yeah.
buzzing around an X-15, stuff like
Yeah.
that. I mean, these guys, these professional pilots.
Yeah.
You know, they aren't. Why they have no need to take black off anybody.
No,
I
not at
wouldn't.
all.
Jennifer Marlowe, from WKRP fame. Lonnie Anderson. Lonnie is
I like
77 today.
I like Lonnie.
Kind of a homegirl.
too.
She's from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Is she really?
I did not know that.
Actually raised in a little suburb of St. Paul called Roseville.
I didn't know that.
was-
Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah.
We'll have to drive up and say hello.
Roseville, of course, married 4 times, including to Burt Reynolds from 88
Yeah.
to 94.
Yeah, and there was a movie that was based at that time, and they were talking about how Bert and Lonnie we're going to be together forever, like Bert and Lonnie. And at the time of the movie came
They
out,
had
Bert
already
and
been
Lonnie were no
divorced.
longer together.
Kind of like Ben and Jen, huh?
They're back together though, Dan, and it's forever this time.
It's forever.
What is it with these Hollywood people? Just
Yeah.
what the heck is it? And gotta say, as you know, when I was a lad, had a little bit of a crusheroo on Marsha Brady.
Did
Oh,
you?
yeah.
I could see little
Yeah.
Danny crushing on Marsha.
Well, you know, we're the same age. It could have worked.
It could have. It still
worked.
can.
You know, she spent a lot of time as like a complete lunatic after the Brady Bunch
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
was canceled.
Well, because like she was trying to get roles and stuff, and they're like, but we don't. Yeah, you're Marsha. We
Well,
can't.
in her book, I mean, you know, she did a book and everything else, and she said, yeah, you know, kind of, talks about a story of Spielberg was casting Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
She got a call
Oh.
for that.
Yeah.
Showed up coked out of her mind, hadn't slept for 3 days, and kind of blew the audition.
Yeah,
So
that's too
That's
bad.
why we don't have her as Indiana Jones.
She's doing just fine these days, and boy, if you like yourself a little Rhea McCormick, just go find the 1987 classic where she plays the part of a police officer, Return to Horror High.
Ooh.
Oh, I would
Heck,
watch that
We've got
without a
plans.
doubt.
Tonight,
You bet.
we're watching that.
You bet we do.
We're watching it.
Marina's 66 today.
Nice.
Huge day if you're around in 1861.
I missed it.
Couple of things unfolded where everybody's going, what?
Middle of
What?
the
We're
middle
doing
of the
what?
Civil War. What was going on?
1861. Well, first of all, President Abraham Lincoln, and this kind of shocked me, Abraham Lincoln signs the very first U.S. personal income tax into law.
Trying to get some dough to keep that war effort going.
3% of incomes over $800.
That was temporary, by the way.
Yeah, it always is.
Yeah.
It really was.
It always is. 3% of incomes over $800.
Yeah. It's only the wealthy folk.
Holy moly. Also this day in 1861, and boy, what a letdown this was. Probably not really. United States Army abolishes flogging.
Oh.
Flogging.
And that wasn't one of those rare deals. Flogging was that was the go-to for correcting military personnel.
Yeah.
That's
There's
what
still some
they did.
flogging that happens in the studio here from time to time.
Only from John.
Yeah, and again, and
Dan and I
can't
cower in
say
the
this
corner.
now. I won't even make eye contact with John. It's kind of brutal.
Not allowed to ask questions.
Hey, you're getting a little too close here.
Please, sir, may I have another?
We kid.
And gosh, does this come flying home to roost where I live. It was this day in 1914. Very first electric traffic light fires up in the United States.
Yeah.
Corner of East 105th Street and Euclid Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio.
I was going to just say it. I knew that.
Cleveland, Ohio. Because
Yeah.
you would think naturally it's got to be New York, right?
No,
That's what
it's
I would
Cleveland.
think.
No, it's Cleveland, Ohio. And then all these years later, July 18th, 2022, woman runs a red light right here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, destroying my Mustang,
That's right.
which now belongs to Nordstrom's in Garrett's.
Date that will live in infamy.
So even though the first one fired up in 1914, people still don't understand how they work.
That's too bad.
Oh, that's so
That makes me very sad.
There you go. Coincidence? Well, yeah, probably. So there you go. I know, you know, we all know, and rest in peace, little pony.
Right.
We can just forge ahead.
Gonna do that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many of our guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Culture Club, The Cult, Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Graham, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort in Cancun, Mexico. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit right now with Corey from Corey and the Fireflies. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, John. How are you?
I am fantastic, and you get to come and have some fun once again at the Levitt in Sioux Falls, and you were there a couple of years ago. Huge crowd, and that is an amazing place. That's got to be a fun place to play music at the Levitt.
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, so yeah, the first time we played, actually, and the only other time we played was actually 3 years ago, and it was the inaugural season of the Levitt. And we closed up the season that year, and it was a blast. I mean, just to play, it just has a great feel. First of all, the venue and that area, of course, and for us to play it on our home turf, you know, and we heard guesstimations between 7,000 and 10,000 people, and it was a great time and a great show, and we're expecting the same thing on September 3rd.
And it is going to be here before you know it, September 3rd, 6:30 p.m. at the Levitt in Sioux Falls, Corey and the Fireflies. Now, you guys have been performing for quite some time now. 1994, is that when you started?
That's correct. Yeah, I can't, don't tell anybody. I can't believe how the years have flown by, and I mean, it's been a really fun, fun thing to be a part of for sure. And got great guys, and got four records we put out. We put out some singles as well, and love that so many people connected with it.
And let's talk about how Corey and the Fireflies came together. Was it a group of people that you guys all knew each other from other bands, or how did you guys know each other?
Well, actually, the first set of Fireflies, those guys had played together, and I just kind of heard of them and went down to see them. And I don't know how I heard this or knew this, whatever, but kind of heard that they were kind of, I think their singer, whatever, was exiting or something like that. so I met the guys shortly after that. I had another all original band prior to the Fireflies. That band was called Children. We had management in New York and did a bunch of playing out on the East Coast and all that. So I knew that if I was going to do something again, I wanted to do an original band again. I didn't want to do a cover thing. So talked with these guys and kind of like started, showing them some of the songs I already had, and then we started working on stuff together, and that was the first incarnation of Corey and the Fireflies, and like you said, that was in 1994.
And the thing that's really cool, you guys have been on the radio all over the country. You've had tours all over the place where you've had a chance to get out and play, and now you're going to be right back here on your home turf, as you said, in Sioux Falls for. It's not the final show of the season at the Levitt, but it's pretty close to the final show. So they kind of save the best shows for the very end, and you're going to be one of those. Saturday, September 3rd at the Levitt, downtown Sioux Falls. Now, we're going to play some of your music on the radio between now and then as well. So I'm going to let you pick which song we're going to play right now, and I'll have you introduce it and tell me a little bit about it.
Wow, that's right on the spot there, John. Let's see. I mean, let's go with Everyone. I mean, that one, just kind of the whole vibe is just a pretty simple question. What if everyone under the sun loved everyone under the sun? Seems pretty dreamy, but kind of a cool thing to imagine, and just kind of the spirit of taking care of those that might need some help, and just being a kind, good person out there, spreading peace and love if you can.
It sounds like a good world to live in to me. Here it is, Everyone from Corey and the Fireflies. They're going to be at the Levitt Saturday, September 3rd in downtown Sioux Falls. It's a free concert, by the way. You already have a ticket. Just show up. It's at the Levitt, downtown Sioux Falls, Saturday, September 3rd. And here they are now on Sunny 93.3.
Joe wishes his darling Marie had a better place to sleep than their cardboard box where she blesses the souls to keep. She wishes her no mojo had something better to eat than the garbage he finds in the dumpster in the alley, sitting just a 40-second street. If everyone under the sun loved everyone, what if everyone under the sun loved everyone under the sun? Oh, baby Therese was inspired by her brother Stan for peace. Now she works day and night at getting him released. Her brother, bright-eyed Ben, was called to war again. Only this time he said, quote, I'm not killing anyone, I'd really rather make a friend with everyone under the sun. Love everyone. What if everyone under the sun loved everyone under the sun? What if everyone under the sun loved everyone? What if everyone under the sun loved everyone under the sun? What if everyone under the sun loved everyone under the sun? What if everyone had tickets to a time machine so that they could see anyone that ever meant anything at all? If everyone under the sun loved everyone, what if everyone under the sun loved everyone under the sun? What if everyone under the sun loved everyone? What if everyone under the sun loved everyone under the sun? What
If you watch the news, you've probably heard about interest rate hikes and other financial factors that could make you a bit nervous. At BetterCreditCards.com, we continue our commitment to help you get a better credit card. On the website, BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting.
Yeah. It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Free Flag Friday?
Giving away free flag with our buddies Mark and Sarah and the crew over at Maximum Promotions, which, by the way, in case you don't know, they're right there on Northwest Avenue, just a couple blocks south of the Birdcage.
Look for the giant, huge American flag.
Everything
the most
flags. Nobody does it better.
Flag ever.
Yeah, their stuff, installed poles, everything, all over the Midwest. I mean, they travel to get it done. And best of the best. A 3-foot by 5-foot flag, the flagpole, all the hardware you need to hook it up. And it's going this week to Aaron Hensley.
Yay!
Woo! Aaron! Thanks for registering to win that, Aaron. We appreciate you listening. That's kind of a cool deal. We're going to cover a couple things here having to do with South Dakota, and it's all dark news. I'm about to bum you out.
Uh-oh.
But I'm an award-winning journalist, and it's my job to deliver bad, ugly things.
You have to, and you do it in such a good way. You deliver the bad news so well that we don't feel so bad.
First couple of West Nile virus cases have been reported and confirmed. One here in Minnehaha County and in Spink County. West Nile, it's mosquito stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right? That's what it is.
Well, that's what delivers it. It's not really mosquito virus.
I didn't know that. Past 20 years, there's been almost 3,000 cases. 47 South Dakotans have died from that thing.
Yeah.
From West Nile.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty...
not good. Not
serious.
good at all.
So if you see a mosquito, as lovely and cuddly as they are, just...
kill them. Kill them with fire.
You want to whack them. And this is crazy. This actually started a couple months ago. First reports out of Volga, South Dakota.
It's by Brookings.
Which is exactly. But what it has to do with is people in Volga were all of a sudden reporting, hey, why is the tires on my car falling off? And with vandals running around.
Would you turn
I'm
your...
I'm trying. I am trying. I'm so sorry.
So vandals are removing lug nuts in Volga?
Loosening lug nuts so you can't tell that it's been done. Then you start driving and all of a sudden, well, wham. I mean, it's now taking place in Brookings. The past couple of weeks in Brookings, there's been about a dozen cases. People calling the police going,
that's really, really bad on a vehicle.
It's so dangerous.
And it could kill somebody.
I mean, if they came off when you're on the interstate, you could kill
how do you
them
get
even the
get
highway?
that in your head? I mean, it sounds like a kid, a vandal teenage thing, kind of. But I'm just assuming here because they haven't actually caught anybody.
They will. They'll catch them.
It's probably the mayor. He's bored.
It's the mayor. There we go.
Some guy with a repair shop that's not busy.
This is why we have lawyers on retainer.
Yeah. Was that defamation of the mayor in Volga?
That's why there's a full-time city attorney.
And let's wind it up because it's just been released. We've got the Farmer's Almanac going into the winter, and what are they saying
were telling me
about
this
winter
yesterday.
Now, keep in mind, you can look at it and go, well, Farmer's Almanac, what do they know?
They're usually pretty
When it comes to weather over the past several decades, a long time, they're between 80 and 85% accurate with this.
They're not always right, but they're often pretty close.
They even called that late April blizzard. South Dakota years. I mean, they called it on the money, which is pretty interesting.
So this would be a good time for everybody to lean forward and listen to what Dan has to say.
Okay, well, a couple other areas of the country going into this upcoming winter. The Pacific Northwest will be brisk with normal precipitation. West Coast, mild, perhaps a little drier than normal. You get down around the Floridar area, a little bit shivery, wet, going to be a little slushy. Texas, Central South, chilly, normal precipitation. Our neck of the woods, it literally starts with the words hibernation zone.
Ew.
Glacial, snow-filled, colder than normal. They
That's
said
not good.
Expect at least the last couple weeks in January to see temps at around 40 below zero.
So what you're saying is it would be a good time for us to call a travel agent and get the heck out of here.
That's yikes.
Wow. But where do we visit? None of those places sounded great.
Actually, you look at entire map. No, winter looks kind of ugly everywhere except maybe the West Coast or the Pacific Northwest.
Well, but the West Coast is ugly on its own. It doesn't need bad weather.
Well, that's just it. It's like, what's the trade-off here? What are you willing to sacrifice?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you for that positive, cheerful news, Dan.
West Nile, tires falling off cars, and we're all going to freeze to death. Just doing my job.
Yeah, it's a bang-up report.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming in, Dan.
Hey, thanks.
Have a good weekend.
Can I come back Monday? Or
no, not after that report. I'm gonna go figure out where we're gonna be in the wintertime. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
While other wireless companies raise their prices, Mint Mobile has taken a different approach. You can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Let's say that again so you hear it right. $15 a month for unlimited premium wireless. Why would we do that? Because we can. If you're paying too much for your wireless phone, it's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, August 5th, 2022. The rally on Wall Street hit another roadblock Thursday despite better than expected economic data. The data included ISM services and factory orders, which both came in better than expected. The news sent the S&P 500 up in early trading, but resistance capped the gains at the key 4150 level. If the market cannot get above this level soon, another round of selling could follow, and there is a catalyst due out on Friday. The NFP report is expected to show a slowdown in hiring that is also foreshadowed by the jobless claims data. The number of initial and total claims for unemployment continues to rise and suggests a topping in the labor markets. Topping in the labor markets is good news for inflation, but bad news for the economy because it will undercut consumer spending growth and weigh on the outlook for economic activity and corporate earnings. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.